Hello everyone, and today we're back into another tier list. And today we're going to be ranking all of the plant types in Loomian Legacy. And we got a couple pre-evolutions we can use. We got a few of them, but some which are not viable for PvP. They're not on this list. So yeah, we're going to rank them from best, great, good, okay, and the worst. So let's get right into this. So, Tatab. Now, I have a bit of a mixed bag with Tata. He's either in good or in okay. And the reason is why, and the reason that it is why is because it doesn't have a good plant move. It hits very hard, but I don't know if it deserves good. One thing that it does have is that it has fast speed. It has very fast speed, and it actually does have bulk up now. So, it is actually gonna be in the good tier. I think it's barely in it though. Like, I don't think it's as high compared to other plant types in the game. Florent, like, really? Florent, it's just not that good. Like, it's the most predictable Lumion in the game. I've talked about this before in my worst Lumions tier list, and I don't want to repeat myself, but Florent is so predictable. It's just, there's literally no reason to really run Florent when you could run any other Lumion with Sap Plant and do it better, so yeah. Kabunga? Honestly, Kabunga, the pre-evolution, is not that bad, honestly. Like, it's only an okay. But considering it's a pre-evolution, it actually is alright. It has 86 speed. It hits solidly hard, and it has solid coverage. It has a decent amount to go for it, so even though it is only an okay, considering it's a Kabunga, it actually is okay at PvP. It isn't amazing. Heck, I don't even really think it's good, but it is usable, so it is actually up there, and honestly, it might even be better than Florent. I think it's harder than Florent, I swear. Florent is just not that good. Wikiwiki. Alright. This one's going to be questionable, because Wikiwiki is an amazing support role Lumion. But what does it do for attack? It does have Mudslide now, which is good. It can hit fire types now, which is awesome. And get rid of barbs and traps, which is awesome. But again, will you really waste a slot on your team for a support role? Even though it does it well, I don't think that is deserved of one slot when other Lumians can attack as well. Like, WikiWiki is good at what it does. There's no doubt about that. But I just don't know if anyone would ever put a WikiWiki on their team just to fill that role. There's probably only a couple very specific situations to really use WikiWiki. It is better than Florent, which is good, but I don't know. I don't know if it can get higher than that. Chartiki, there's our first great plant type. Amazing typing. Fire plant is awesome. Protagon counter, awesome. Hits pretty hard, pretty good defenses. Well, its defenses are actually average. It's mainly its health. It has very high health stat, very good energy. It can heal itself, much blast for coverage, and it's just amazing. It can do a lot. Barter, shackles, burn up to get rid of traps. It does so much. I love Chartiki. It's always consistently one of the good or great Lumions to use in PvP. It's Cowgirl. Alright. You know what? This is better than Gastroke. Same with the macro situation in Sakame. Escagrow is actually better than Gastro because of Drop of Youth. Because of Drop of Youth. It's in the good, though. I'm putting it in the good tier. With Stratagem, it actually makes it really amazing. It actually has better melee bulk, even though, anything that can punch it can pretty much take it out still. But it's better than Gastroke, so it objectively is better. So yeah, lower energy, but you know how this goes. Gastroke is finally good. It's finally good. Even though Escalgrow is better, Gastroke is now good. Stratagem. Boom. It's now the bulkiest ranged tank in the game. The bulkiest ranged tank. Once again, though, the only reason it's not in great is because just Zulong, coverage, Chili Chomp, or Blaze Chomp. Any range attack, coverage, melee move just hits it very hard, so you still gotta be careful with those coverage moves. Especially if they're melee, because any melee attack pretty much one-shots this thing, so yeah. But it is actually very good with stratagem now, and it can actually hit those toxic types really hard. So yeah, there's a lot going for Gastro. Halloween Kambunga, I don't know. It's only an okay. Has solid bulk with drop of use, but it's just there's no reason to use it when you could use Waka Waka, which is actually good, despite all the weaknesses it have. Despite all its weaknesses. It's a solid Bane of Haste user. It can rejuvenate. Has the best coverage, has amazing coverage actually. Can hit pretty much everything. And there are a couple of Metal Lumians it can come in on. So it is actually in the good tier. I don't think it's that good, but I think it is up there. Christmas Cradle. Alright, guys. Get ready for the most shocking revelation on the list. Good. Christmas Cradle is actually amazing. It's actually really good. It hits very hard with Chill and Raging Tackle. And with Earthquake as coverage, it has very good moves. Its speed is solid, 62 speed. It can outspeed a solid amount of threat stats. Festifer can't. Honestly, Christmas Cradle is probably better than Festifer. At least with the Chill ability. If it was for Regift, then... Okay, that's Festifer. Festifer is definitely the winner on that. That was my table. I'm sorry. But yeah, Christmas Cradle surprisingly in the good, when Festifer is okay. It probably is the best out of the okay Lumians, but you basically need Bane of Haste. If you don't have Bane of Haste, it's gonna be so hard to use. I don't know how you would use it without Bane of Haste, but yeah. That's Festifer. It is actually probably one of the best okay Lumians, but still, I think it's just there. Like, it says a lot that the pre-evolutions are better than the frickin', what is it called? Fully evolved. Wild Isle's good. Wild Isle is good as a plant type. It's fast, it has solid bulk, it can sap plant, photosynthesis, aqua jaws. It's pretty good, just like Molmerk. Molmerk's the same way, although more bulkier. So you could either pick one of the two. Like, you could either have a more stalled, faster Lumian that can sap plant, or set up bulk ups and aqua jaws and start snowballing Lumians. So, yeah, that's Malmerk and Wild Isle. Whippledrift isn't good. It's mainly its quad weakness to ice, and the fact that it kind of struggles a lot. It doesn't really hit that hard compared to other plant types, so that's why it's only in good and not in great. Although it is very good with Magnify. It is very good with Magnify, and with Glide, it can start sweeping. But you really need to have 2 Magnifies in order for it to happen. Cavenish is okay. As I said before, this is actually a very underrated pre-evolution, but like I said, like Quad Weak the Toxic does make it fall a bit. And I know Wild Isle does the same. I think Wild Isle's a little bit more utility than Cavenish. Fanfino, my opinion hasn't changed with it. It's still barely in the good. Triathlon. Good. This is an amazing pre-evolution. I love Triathlon. It is really bulky. It can heal up, it can sap plant, and it has coverage. It still hits pretty alright. It still hits solidly hard. And if you run Frail Armor on this, you can actually outspeed a ton of stuff. So this actually is extremely underrated. It's honestly could even be in the gray. But Colossotrops is in the gray. It hits so hard. It's one of the best melee wall breakers in the game. And with Vigorous, it makes it very good. And if you have a Baffle user like your Snack, you can just completely knock some... You can knock a lot of teams out with it. And let's get to Nevermare. Okay, Nevermare. Okay, maybe not best. We'll see if it's in the best or not. But it's definitely in the great tier. Nevermare is amazing. 113 base speed. It hits pretty solidly hard. It kind of needs a bulk up to hit hard, but hey, 113 speed. And if you get the crit, you will hit hard. So, yeah, Nevermare is amazing. Plus, Plant Spirit is a pretty good typing defensively. Pretty good typing. I mean, you're immune to Light and Brawler, which is just insane. You are weak to Bug and weak to a couple other things, but hey, it works. And it does have solid range defense, too. So, yeah, it actually can tank some hits on the range side. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be in the great tier. Now, which one of the okay plant types is the worst? And if I were to pick one, I think this one is obvious. Like, even with Kabunga and Halloween Kabunga and Cavenish, even though they're pre-evolution, they can at least be used for a couple things or drop a youth. Florent, there's literally just... It sucks. It stinks. There's no reason to use Florent. There is no reason. Super effective hits with this thing. Probably doesn't even two-shot Loomians. Sap Plant, dodge, Pestilence you can predict. Pestilence, dodge, Poison you can predict. Provoke, it's Provoke Bait. It's so slow. It's weak to a ton of stuff. There's a ton of Sap Plant users that does the job better. Despite this thing getting the most health back from Sap Plant. So there's basically no reason to use Florent. And it hurts because I could see it being pretty solid. It's just weak to so much. And any plant type nullifies it. Any ice type just one-co's it, O-co's it. It's just, there's a ton of different typings that beats it. So there's no reason to really use Florent. Now, out of the great plant types, which one is the best out of all of these? And this one is tough. And it's mainly between Nevermare and Chartiki, and that's because they're both so good. They're both so good. One of them very good defensively, one of them very good as a sweeper. So, I have no idea which one of these two is the best. But if I was to pick one, there is one minor nitpick I have with one of these two Loomians that I cannot say about the other that makes it better. And that one minor nitpick is Nevermare doesn't quite hit hard enough without a bulk up. And if you don't get the crit, it just doesn't do enough damage. So Chartiki, you're the best plant type in Loomian Legacy. And it's pretty well deserved. I think Chartiki does a bit of everything. Nevermare could be up there too, but like I said, it just doesn't hit hard enough without a bulk up. It's kind of like Vocaloa in that sense. It basically needs the setup in order for it to hit hard. That's what it needs to become the really, really good late game sweeper. So yeah, those are all the plant types and all of Loomian Legacy ranked in a tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. And by the way, the giveaway for the Gamma Halloween Kabunga is going to be tomorrow. That giveaway will finally be done tomorrow. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all all later. Bye-bye!